Hey guys.
What's up?
What is up?
It's Glowing Hour.
Today we're having spicy
Cucumber margs.
cucumber margs.
It's great, but it's not that spicy. I don't know how it's not spicy. It was 3 slices, smelled spicy with seeds. Okay, it's subtle.
It's subtle. You gotta add some more jalapeno if you want it real spicy.
Yeah, I think it always depends on your fucking jalapeno. So if you're following our recipe and you happen to be fucking watching the beginning of this, add some more jalapenos.
Well, also, let me explain, like, if the way we function, the podcast is we post on our Instagram the recipe that we're gonna make for the following day. So for like glowing hour, the recipe will be up on Thursdays before it comes out, so you can have a cocktail with us while you listen to this. We're hoping that you like are getting home from work, or you maybe have Friday off and you're starting to drink at 11 a.m. Who fucking gives a shit? You're like making a moment for yourself while you're listening to this podcast. You also don't have to drink though to be here.
You can make it a mocktail also too.
It's just the vibe. If you want to drink along with us, like literally be in the moment, like you're chatting with us, shooting the shit, here it is. But anyway.
Let's shoot it together.
Today we're going to be talking about
the
very long-awaited.
Technically, we made it a combo moment because it's just like an overall theme in our lives, I'd say. Not just like in this specific show. Daisy Jones and the Six.
We've read the book. Mm-hmm. Sam's watched the show.
Yes.
I've seen
parts of it.
Hardly anything, though. So, like, I feel like we were always waiting on me to finish the show. It's not going to happen right away. I have too much on my plate in terms of, like, I have too much things to watch right now. Love Island's back on. She is my priority.
Love Island.
That sounded so stupid. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. And L Word, like, that is my girl right now.
There's new ones? It's like a current season?
There's a current season. I haven't even gotten to that bit yet. Okay. Like, that's how committed I am. Like, I need to finish that first. Anyway.
Yes.
So, we're going to be talking about basically Daisy Jones and the Six. Mm-hmm. And the concept and themes of that book, which are, like, forbidden love. Mm-hmm. Also kind of goes with our last episode of, like, expectations of a relationship and stability in a relationship and what all that entails, really.
Mm-hmm. I'm like drunk already.
What?
I can't process anything right now. We just ate.
Your sober stint of like not drinking last weekend basically got you, or what?
Yeah, I think being sober for a weekend really did it. I'm just kidding. I'm sober a lot of weekends. Honestly, though, anyways.
Oh my god, that was but I just look over here like this.
I literally was like,
she's nodding.
I have to say it. Wow, this drink is strong. But I'm here. I'm ready. Present. Anyways, yeah. Why the fuck do we like the toxic trope of forbidden love? We're rooting for them.
Why is it sexy? You know what I mean?
Oh my god, they're gonna end up together, huh? Oh, they're gonna kiss.
Why?
It's so like.
Why is betrayal and like.
We're like, fuck the girl that's getting betrayed right now. Because this is what's meant to happen. Huh? What? Married with children?
Until it's you, babes. You don't like it, huh?
We're like, no. They're meant to be together.
And then we're like...
in real life. It's like...
Me think of like Ariana, Raquel.
I was gonna say, it's literally Scandival with like Ariana... Like, y'all better be meant to be... But they're not. We just know. See, in that case, I'm not here for... Because they're real people. You know what I mean?
It's like, it's cute for fantasy.
Yeah, like
it's cute for a show.
A little book where it's like, oh, he's a bad boy.
But I think it warps our fucking brains, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm telling you.
It's fucking
why
warping.
we put up with so much shit as human beings. We're like, oh, but this could be a cute story at the end.
It's all for the plot.
All for the plot.
Yeah. Anyway, so the book. If you guys haven't read it, a lot of spoilers.
Oh yeah, don't listen to this episode
until you haven't, or if you do want to ruin it all and you're like, I want to know what the book is about. We'll get into it.
Yes.
So first of all, the book made me sob, especially at the very end.
Crying.
There's a lot of moments I was like, oh my god,
this is like a moment.
This is a moment. But the book is so good, like just phenomenal. I would read it even if like you're gonna ruin it for yourself here. I will say you probably won't feel.
Yeah, it's not.
Feels
it's not
right
going to
away.
be as shocking of a
of
end.
an end. But
Sad
good,
again.
good book.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I read it and watched, but I did take notes. And I feel like, not that there's like discrepancies, but I think that there's like some character building they did in the show versus the book. Because obviously in a book, you kind of got to the point a little more. Obviously there's a story and people have depth, whatever. But they add more depth in the show because I think it's easier to like nuance things like that.
I think though also like books leave a lot of room for like the reader to like imagine. When you're watching a TV show, you can't really do that.
Yeah,
you can't like
what's
leave for,
yeah,
it's like you have to lay it out for me, you know. And like there's a lot of like little moments of acting that need to be filled in.
Right, like what's the word? The fuck is the word? I'm like, literally thinking cosplay. It's definitely wrong.
Role play?
No.
What?
Like filling in the blanks. What the fuck is that? It's like, you guys, what is the word? Like when you're oh my god, I'm gonna feel like an idiot when I think of it.
What does it start with?
Improv. Yes, that is the word.
What about improv?
Now I don't know. It took me so long to get here. I don't know. Improvise. Oh, right. When they're acting, they have to improvise sometimes, and some more because method acting, especially, they become the character. So they just start putting shit in there.
I'm like life update. I'm actually gonna go to acting school soon.
When?
I'm gonna start next Friday.
Okay. What the fuck?
I haven't paid for it yet, but it's like I have an invoice. I'm just like I have to pull the trigger. Anyway, but yes, I know what you're talking about. Method acting. Also though, like you become your character. And you have to
they just fill in some blanks where it feels like
what feels like this person would do, or what would I do if I was in this situation?
But I'm this person. Yeah.
As this person.
Yeah. Aside from Daisy Jones and the Six, I think there's a lot of that trope going on in a lot of things that we read and listen to, and even starting from probably like elementary school. Notably, The Notebook.
Yes.
Allie and Noah, right? Yes, Allie and Noah. Not good together.
Also, like, there's like a lot of like deceit there, like, and it's just like, yeah, they're not good together, A, but B, like, she goes and sees this like lover, what she ends up with, I guess, but like she's with somebody else.
Same thing as Sweet Home Alabama.
Yes. There's so many fucking things
it's like
this.
For the plot, like Sweet Home Alabama, they were childhood. It's like, oh my god, and they kiss in the rain, and then it was like, oh my god, everyone's kissing in the rain too.
Also, yeah, why are we all kissing in the rain?
Did they do that in Daisy Jones? They kiss in the rain?
No.
One thing they avoided. Yeah, I don't know what it is about our psyche that desires this forbidden love.
It's like the whole, we want things we can't have.
It's like if I can't do it, at least a book and a character in it could. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not good for me, but, oh God, it's so good for someone else.
I remember there was this movie that I saw a long time ago when I was, like, in a very fucked up, like, back and forth situation. I was in my own trope.
Was it the 6-year one?
Oh, that one
was so
also good. Really good.
Woo.
No, there's one called, I forgot what the fuck it was called. But basically, like, this woman, it's, like, based on this woman who has, like, a full-on relationship already, and then she sees a man that she used to be with, and they rekindle. Same fucking trope over and over, but, like, they rekindle, and, like, she has, like, a full-on affair, and she's, like, fully in love with him still.
And you're like, oh my God, they're in love.
Yeah.
How does she end it? Like, so hard for her.
And you're just like, why am I rooting for you, bitch? You're cheating.
Even just, like, TV shows. But it has to be, I'm not rooting for you if it's
like
nonfiction.
Sex and the City.
Oh, yeah.
People were rooting for her to go back to Big in all these situations with these men that she was with.
But then
why?
But then we're like, but Aiden, don't go back to her. You deserve more than that. What?
He's the exception.
Exactly. What are we talking about?
Literally.
But I'm also like, but if they did get together, it'd be a really interesting concept.
And
also, Samantha's coming back.
Yes.
Yes.
And also Aiden, those like becoming a main character this season.
So they're probably going to rekindle their romance. But I do think Kim Cattrall is probably not going to be in any scenes with Carrie.
Are you serious?
I feel like that was her runaround. Unless they made up and it's going to be like some big old happy family. I don't think she's in a position to do
in
that.
my opinion, like, just everybody grow up. Say sorry.
Girl, you
Take
know
the
it's
apology.
Anyways, we'll be looking out for the next season of Sex and the City, but yeah, why do we root for them? Like, literally, what is that about?
There has to be some psychology, like, shit there, where, like, forbidden love is, and also, like, Romeo and Juliet, like, I mean, it's a different scenario, but, like,
it's like forbidden
in a different way, like forbidden fruit, like, you can't have it, but it's just, you know, a little bit.
That's kind of like, it's kind of playing the long game in the chase, like, you can't have me, you can't have me, I'm playing forbidden. And then they just
it's the chase. It's fun. It's like
the forbidden.
The thing
like,
is,
do you actually work together, or is it just the plot?
I think it's just the plot. The thing is, I feel like it's just like a built up of like these strong emotions that you
because
are
it's
supposed
forbidden,
and you have to contain it. You have to contain it, which is like,
that's why affairs are so fun, and then they try to work out, and it's like,
and then you started because you were in an affair. Like that's the reality of it all. Nobody really.
That's so true. Does forbidden love ever work out?
I don't know that it does.
I mean, maybe sometimes. Like, I could see situationally me wanting Daisy Jones and the Six to be.
I think forbidden love, though, like, always hurts somebody.
Oh. Everybody's hurting in all of those movies. Maybe we should be taking that from... That's the lesson, isn't it? It's a lot of hurt.
Yeah.
But then Allie and Noah die together, and you're like, oh.
We should see the other side of it. Like, her husband that she was with, or her fiance, what did his life turn out to be? Probably happy, right?
Like happy.
I'm hopeful about that.
Yeah.
I think in real life scenarios, it's just like...
Over it. No.
It doesn't work.
It's not. It's never.
It's too painful. Let it live in real book, like nice books and movies.
Because then you can make it up. Like, it was a happily ever after. And that's it. And we're like, period. Sealed up in a bow, babe.
I don't have to know more.
Exactly.
It's fine. It's gone.
Okay, wait. So, how did Daisy Jones and Six, the book, end? I don't remember.
It ended with basically, like, I
remember
finding out that
Okay. The
big
thing.
The person writing the book is her daughter. Like, it's
Camilla and Billy's.
What's her name? Like, Julia?
Yes.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
It's Julia who's writing the book and has been getting all these interviews from all of the band members and everyone involved. And you find out it's her, and she's talking to Daisy, and this is, like, after she's, like, fully just told Julia that her and her dad, that Daisy and her dad fully had an affair. Well, not fully, but, like...
They had a thing.
They had a thing and had feelings for each other while she was a baby and around. It's just, like, it's like, fucking crushing. And then you get to find out that Camilla died... like a few months ago or whatever, while she was writing the book. And in that, there was like a sense of an attempt from Camilla to let, what's the dad's name? I can't think of his name. Billy have like happiness without her still. Like, she was always a fucking bigger person. I love her.
I know.
And
God, they did such good casting too.
Really? I'm so excited to just like fully finish and wrap this shit up for me.
It's good.
Because that book, it took me a minute to read it too, so I was like, I don't know, attached to it.
Sulking in it.
But yeah, it ends basically with Camilla asking Billy to call Daisy.
Okay.
After she's passed
See,
already.
I couldn't remember how it ended versus the show. It's the same. Okay. Essentially. But like, it's visual, so he doesn't like... call, he goes to her house. I know. The drama. Anyways, but...
And do you get to see the interaction?
No.
It just
so that's
ends
the thing.
there.
It's like, you don't get... It's the bow.
That's good.
Oh, they're going to end up... Whatever your imagination lets you believe. Whether you believe it's going to work out or not.
And that's the fun part.
Is it?
In real life, though...
Yeah.
You let the shit show, like, unfold. And it's usually never good.
Yeah. Like, even... I mean, I guess Allie and Noah, they skip all the middle. You just know that they die together.
That plot had a lot of, like, holes in it.
It was like,
first of all.
And we're together, and
now I'm dead. Cool.
Yeah. Even, like, what about Titanic? Doesn't it also kind of have that whole... I mean, yeah, it's forbidden.
Yeah, it's
like
forbidden.
Poor.
He's poor and she's rich. And she, like, is sought after by other men, you know? Like, it's like
rich men. He's like, I can pull a rich baddie. What about you?
What about you, man?
I
don't need the money.
Because they privileged with all that money. Anyways. Yeah, it's also that, too. Like, the little nuances of the person either you don't know the person that's getting hurt. Sometimes you do. Either you don't know who the person is getting hurt, so you're like, oh, fuck it. These people are in love. I don't give a fuck. But sometimes the plot is just so good. You're like, God, I just want you all to be happy.
See, like, I don't know if you guys, if you haven't seen this movie, and I don't know if you're going to want to watch it, but the movie Past Lives I was talking about, you're kind of like, the whole time, like, be together again. Like, please do it.
Those freaking
even though she's fully fucking married. And you're like...
He said, but I love you guys together.
Like, he's like a white man. Like, you guys like have more in, you know, in common or whatever the fuck, compatibility.
Dude.
But in reality, you're like, and then that's why I appreciate that fucking movie so much, because, not like to ruin it, like they don't end up together. And like, she chooses, and she chooses her husband, and she's like, you could see that there's like a lot of feeling and a lot of emotions, and
I mean, there's history,
turmoil, and there's history. Yeah, there's history because of like everything they've been through, and like there's like a lot of turmoil in her head, and you can see it. But at the end of the day, it's so comforting for her to just like pick the man but like I can see how a lot of people will take that like and be like, I'm sad that she's settling, or I'm sad, but like she genuinely loves her husband. It was a different,
it's almost like the trope. Forbidden love of like, that's what makes it so exciting and so fun and fresh, and that's why, and then you go to it and you're like, wait a minute, I kind of liked what I had before better.
Like Worst Person in the World. Good ass movie, gave you that trope, and you saw how she ended. That's reality. You will end up alone and sad when you hurt people like that, you know?
And they will be gone.
That's
all I'll say. It's really sad. We're not gonna get sad, I promise. Yeah, it's just interesting. I don't know, from the perspective of little girls growing up. Like, it was very much, not that I was like taught to let toxic things happen to me, but that's where the whole trope comes in, that it takes work, it's hard, it's gonna be this up and down battle, and like,
it's like a huge push and pull that we're like always seeing of like the struggle. You need to struggle for it to be like,
but like, it's also not necessarily like directors, producers, and writers' faults that's what they're putting up, because we eat that shit up.
We eat it up.
Like, imagine you and Logan on TV, or like a movie. Would you be like, long term, you said this is healthy, I'm kind of over it?
But then you also think, like, in general, like, entertainment, it's its own thing. Mm-hmm. It needs to be dramatic and like big moments and like something a lot of heartache. In my life. No, and it can't be. Like, when I think about, like, I was listening to Call Her Daddy with Stassi on it when I was on my way here, and she was talking about how she's like, would you do reality TV again? And she was like, honestly, like, I miss it all the time. Like, it was a big part of my life, and I really enjoyed it for what it was. But when I think about how my life, or like how the show's
like plot,
how the show's like success is really based on each character hurting each other, like one another, like, that's what makes it successful. Mm-hmm. You don't want your life to be hurt all the time, or hurting each other. You know what I mean?
It's like, exactly. Imagine just a bunch of, like, when they get off the show, you kind of realize, like, kind of normal. Like, obviously, we all fight with friends, or we all fight with family, or whatever. But when you're looking at them on Instagram, it does take away, like, the drama of it all. It's like, oh, you could literally be like my sister-in-law. Like, not actually, like, relax. But like, you could, if I had another brother, like, you would be just like my actual sister-in-law and brother, like, relationship. You have kids, you got married, it was beautiful. You're living life. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's like that kind of drama, the trope should just like stay. Like, at least the way that we view it in such a, like, a romanticized perspective of like, oh my god, I'm like rooting for them. It needs to live in just entertainment, because the minute it becomes real life, we get Scandival. We get the Scandival of it all. Yeah. And you know what? Even if they did work out, like when I think about like Noah and Allie, or like Daisy and Billy, I'm like, okay, but at some point they're also gonna have just like a normal relationship.
Like, be
and yet maybe
healthy.
And if not, they're just gonna, so he's gonna do it with somebody else, or she's gonna do it with somebody else, until it's like a cycle.
And it's also like, in the Daisy and Billy situation specifically, it's like they had so much time apart that you're like almost so hopeful that they've grown so much from why they didn't work then. It's also that trope of like, we didn't work then, like wrong time, right person.
I don't think that exists.
That
I don't think that exists. I think it's just
so. Do you think Billy and Daisy are supposed to be together? Or did he just have multiple soulmates?
I mean, I believe in multiple soulmates.
But meeting them... Can you imagine the torture of meeting them at the same time? That's fucked up. I'm like, what? Thank you, I guess, but no thanks.
Especially, like, thinking about, like, when you were that person who was with that other person. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was difficult. For a reason. Their whole each of their relationships with each other, whatever, were necessary at that time. Hurt a lot, though. I can't
imagine that scenario in real life. Like, that is
like difficult. Imagine your friend coming out to you being like, yeah, I think I'm in love with my coworker, though. I'm married with a child, but I think I'm in love with my coworker. It's like,
I mean, it happens. I've seen it happen. It's fucked.
See, it's fucked. It's not romantic.
It's not romantic. It's not sexy.
It's not like,
it's like, girl, what are you doing?
It's like, he's not even that cute. Like, you saw, he's an alcoholic. Like, babe, you guys are bad together.
You gotta, like, let it go.
Like, your husband's way nicer. Nice isn't fun, is it?
But the thing is, we don't live in movies.
Exactly.
That's not real life. Why? But then again, like, that's entertainment, and that's why it's fun.
It's like we're living for it.
I think that's what entertainment serves, is like these like fantasies or like these what ifs, you know? And that's all it needs to be.
Well, you know, then you get into the space of people fighting about agendas and pushing things. I guess. You know what I mean? Like, people get into that, which, like, this kind of has nothing to do with that. But, like, if we were to say, if we were to go to, like, a far position on this and be like, no more movies with those tropes because little girls are learning toxic relationships are healthy or good or whatever. It's just like, isn't that too far? Like, to ban something?
But I also think, like, as much as we're saying they're tropes, these things happen in real life. They just don't end beautifully like they do in movies.
Which is the issue.
Problem is what you're saying.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's too far to say creatively, you cannot create that. Yeah. But then
maybe there is somebody who worked out perfectly like that. I don't know.
This is inspired by King George.
Wait.
What?
Yeah, the Queen and the King. They were in an affair.
Really?
Princess Diana.
Oh.
We rooted for her.
Oh, you mean literally the King and the Queen?
No, like literally the King and the Queen.
I thought you were talking about like Bridgerton or something. I was like, huh?
No.
Yeah.
Look at them.
But it was also forbidden love because... Because they didn't like her. She was too old.
But look at her now. She's literally the Queen of England.
They did work out, I suppose.
Success story in my book.
I guess maybe forbidden love works out when it's not like forbidden for toxic reasons.
Forbidden love is different from forbidden lust also. Raquel and Sandoval. Lust.
Under the guise
King
of love.
And Queen. Love. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
You said it. Am I right? Don't be mad.
I'm not rooting. I wasn't rooting for the King
this whole time.
But
you've been like,
I'm
love Camilla. Camilla too. God, some synchronicities.
Wait a minute.
Like,
wait a minute.
Not actually. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I think forbidden love is just so easy to root for in shows because it's like rooting for the underdog.
Yeah.
You're like, God, but then you feel bad for the not forbidden love.
But you forget about them.
You said forget it.
You forget
They'll
about
figure
them
out their own
because this
shit.
is engulfing you in like this story now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you know what? Even if that was real life for some people, like, it's all for the plot. Life is a movie.
Life is a movie.
After I just said, keep it in the entertainment.
You say it happens in real life, though. It does.
If it's your situation, then make life a fucking movie. I don't fucking know.
Romanticize the fuck out of it. Be Allie and Noah and Kiss in the Rain. Cinderella story? Another iconic kissing in the rain. But it wasn't really forbidden. I mean, it's Cinderella.
He's like
he's popular.
the cool, popular jock, and she was the nerdy girl. You know, she's fucking Hilary Duff, and she's beautiful.
She's this stereotypically beautiful woman.
Literally.
I think that's all I have to say about that trope. I have nothing else. Okay, well then let's just talk about Daisy Jones then. Hopefully I don't spoil anything too major. Okay, the name, maybe I'm wrong on this, but the 6 was 5 plus Camilla, sorry. I don't know why I said Camille. I think it autocorrected. So Karen suggested the name the 6. Was it because Karen said Camilla was +1? Or was it just 6 because
it was just 6?
Oh no, it was 6 because Pete from the book was given a different story. He didn't go to Vietnam, but he went to dental school in the show.
Oh.
He goes to dental school in the show, but he goes to Vietnam in the book.
Yeah.
So he was the technically 6th member, but in the story, he was already gone. And then Karen says, why don't you be Daisy Jones in the 6 plus, like, 5 plus Camilla? Because they said 5 at first. And then Karen was like, let's include Camilla. Like, she's part of the band. It was, like, sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, aw, she's part of the band. That's sweet.
She's a big part of the story, so it makes sense.
Yep. Anyway. I do think it's interesting that Camilla and Eddie had, like, this tension.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I wonder if they did that to lessen the blow
of Daisy
and Billy. Because in the book, that's what's so heart-wrenching is, like, she's so selfless and always, like...
Yeah, no, they do give her a little more...
of a... like, she's also, like, doing shit.
Yeah, because the scene in the show, she kind of, like, leans in to that energy. Well, she, like, fully leans in at some point.
I don't think that was necessary. Do you?
Like, her...
like, that...
being bad?
Yeah.
Quote, unquote. I think it was...
I guess
because it kind of evens the playing field a little. Like, it's not as deep. It's hard. But I do think...
I think it makes more of a heart-wrenching, like, gut feeling story if, like, she really was just this perfect woman who cared about him.
I think it made it more real.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
she was getting... like, she wasn't getting what she needed out of this relationship, so she turned elsewhere once.
Yeah.
She turns elsewhere once. That shit had me
shook, dude.
I was like, are you fucking serious? Also, I think the Camilla kind of falling into bad behaviors, if you'll fucking call it that, was, like, necessary for her mom plot. Like, oh, she's not just his fucking wife with a baby. You know what I mean?
That's
she's
fair.
A person with her own desires.
With her own needs and
you're like, fuck, Billy.
You're like, dropping the ball, bro.
You're still not mad at her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, Billy!
This is his fault.
It's his fucking fault that
and he continues to do shit. Yeah.
And then you don't feel bad. You're like, whatever. Oh. Prince Nicky? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
He thinks that, like, Simone's in love with Daisy.
Okay. I'm glad that was, like, brought up in the show.
Uh-huh.
Because
you feel like it wasn't in the book,
that
right?
It wasn't. I felt it in the book, but I was like, that's my own queer agenda. That I'm like, no, like, yes, like, I would do anything for my best friends, but I think there was, like, a level of, like, partnership that was there.
So do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
So in the show, it's brought up, but it's more like, you're a fucking insecure man. Because it was like, they just are really good fucking friends and nothing ever happens between them. But they are, like, soulmates in that way. But they're never attracted to each other in that way or whatever.
I feel like it could have been another story.
It could have been a whole...
You know what I mean?
See, it would have been too much, though. It would have been like, I can't follow.
It would be a completely different story, I think. So, if, like, that was the case.
It could have been slid in if it wasn't Simone. Like, if it wasn't her bestie, they could have slid in a little...
I'm saying they could also completely leaned into something
and
else.
then it'd been a whole other
story. But anyway.
Karen and Graham... That was also another love that you kind of were like, fuck you, Karen. You're being a Karen.
I was so mad at Karen.
So mad at her.
I understand, though. Like, it was the 70s.
Oh, it
like,
was
the
valid.
Time is such an important piece on, like, how people's lives unfold. Like, like, I guess, like, the decade that you're in or whatever, like, generationally where you are. Yeah. So, it was interesting for sure.
In the book, they don't come out as a couple, ever. Mm-mm. In the show, they do.
Well, they find out. People find out, but they don't come out as the same thing.
They come out
like, as a couple, like we're together.
Yeah, it's like outward. I'm like, okay, Karen. Anyways,
but she fucks it up.
The abortion. Graham tells her, "You're gonna be alone forever,"
That's fucked up.
But then in the future, he has a family, and you're like, oh, well, their paths went the way they were supposed to go.
Yeah.
But then you still kind of feel sad for Karen because she's like alone.
Because it's kind of true. Because it kind of is true.
Because you're like, oh, babe, you are alone, aren't you?
But that's what she wanted.
It is what she wanted, and she was successful. So I was like,
but it's just, I think it was like, why'd you have to say it? Like, yes, I want to be alone, but why do you have to say it like that? Why do you have to say it like that?
It's my choice. Thank you.
I want it to be that way.
Oh, there was apparently drama about the shower when Daisy's overdosing and she's in the shower and Billy finds her, right? And Nikki ran away because he was scared or whatever the fuck. There's like, everyone's like, he said baby when she's on the floor in the shower, like he in the show. Because, like, in the book, it would obviously say it. But they're like, oh, he definitely says baby, not Daisy. Which, like, is this big fucking thing for everybody. And I'm like, it's just, like, an improv thing, isn't it? Just, like, he naturally was like, baby. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
But, obviously, he's not with her in that moment. Like,
but I think it's maybe... Because I don't think I've gotten that far. But I think it's like a tail sign of, like, his feelings are mutual.
It's like love.
It's like the feelings are mutual. Without even having to say it. I'm glad they didn't put that in the book because I feel like
it would have been too much.
It's too much. I think it's too much in general. I feel like he should have just said Daisy. They should have been like, do it again.
It's like so
you can't.
No
really
one
tell.
knows.
Okay.
Yeah, no one. I didn't even hear it. I just saw it when I saw someone post about it or something. Warren has a girlfriend in the show. He does not date anyone in the book. I don't remember.
Who's the one who has a girlfriend? Pete?
No, Pete's the one that goes to war, so he leaves the band in the book.
Sorry, then who's the other?
Eddie.
It's Eddie,
Warren,
Graham,
Billy,
Karen.
So does Warren have a girlfriend in the book? I don't remember. It's an actress in the show. She's like...
He does in the book. They meet at SNL.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it's the same. Okay. I was like, cute, but okay, whatever. It was always...
Also, wait, no, you're right. Never mind. I forgot that Pete went to war for some reason. Like,
it was like such a bypass.
It went quickly.
It was like, yeah, and he's not in the band anymore. But see, in the show, you're kind of like, Pete's an idiot. Because, like, he also comes back in the end. Mm-hmm. Like, when it's, like, in the future. And he's just like, yeah, you know, like, got a family. It's just, like, normal. He's, like, a stable life. And they're like, oh, we were fucking rock stars. Like,
that's
it's
sad.
Okay. It's like, oh, you miss on such a life. Camilla and Daisy face off.
Oh, when she tells her, like, you need to fucking
each other. But piss off. Isn't that what she says?
She doesn't say that in the book.
She doesn't say... No, she's... Well, I don't know if she says it in the show either. I can't remember.
She's actually just really kind.
Oh.
But, like, in a, please fucking stop seeing my husband.
Ooh.
She tells her to leave.
I don't know. What she does. My note says they deserve each other, but Camilla will always be his in Daisy's point of view. Oh. So Daisy's just like, well, you're his. Like, or he's yours. Like, I'll never be with him because you have royalty over him or whatever. Fuck.
Right.
Like, that was, like, the vibe. Like, very much like, I'll never be with him because he's yours. Like, that's how Daisy felt.
Yeah, no, Daisy had, like, I think, it wasn't, like, with Camilla, but I think she had moments.
I don't think she says it, yeah.
She had moments where she, like, looked over at, like, Camilla and Julia and, like, the other baby, the baby's name. But anyway, she looked at them and how he interacted with them, and she was like, I will never be that woman. Like, I will never be her. That is her man. And then, like, after that is when Camilla, like, goes up to her and she's like, I know how he sees you, but I need you to go away.
Yeah, exactly. But then it's like right person, wrong time. That's exactly what they're selling right there. Like, you weren't going to be the mother of his children, but...
You were a woman to him.
Bro, what?
No, I'm kidding. But, like...
I mean, I also am like, fuck that.
It wasn't like right person, wrong time. It was just wrong time, wrong person for that time. You know what I mean?
How is it not the same?
Because Camilla was the right person for him. She just fucking died.
Well, she was...
And now, like, he gets another chance at a different love.
See, but then he already had it. You know what I mean? Like, he experienced
but so is he just supposed to fucking die alone?
Maybe he learned from your actions. I'm just kidding. I love them together. When Billy kisses Daisy, that was pivotal. And she's like, please stop. You're ill. And he's like, oh. That's like the final straw, right? Then they never get back. Well, that's the final straw where he leaves the band and then they go their own ways.
Yeah.
And she's she said, "You're an idiot. Go be with Camilla." He literally kissed her, though. Like, full on. Can you imagine, just like Camilla's point of view, having to watch this shit go down? That's why it's not as crazy, because you're not watching it. It's like she knows something's going on. But not knowing is what makes it like she can deal with it.
Yeah. I think catching somebody in the act is different than like knowing that it's happening.
Oh, catching? That sounds horrible.
That sounds horrible. Thank God I've never had to do that.
Yeah,
that's a different type of cheating I would not want to experience.
It's the same.
It's just the same thing's happening.
Deeper.
But it's physically in front of you.
Like, you visibly will not unsee it. You can no. Oh, man. I think they only have one daughter in the show also.
Oh.
I think that's another big difference. I put Karen still loves Graham. A lot of sad faces.
That's really sad.
What? Daisy has a daughter in the show and fell in love so many times. It's my last note.
Interesting.
It just adds layers.
I mean, that checks out. Like, that's who she is as a person. Which also makes me feel like, was Billy any special to her? No, probably not.
Like, she had a baby with somebody. Not that makes that person special.
Not even that, just like she fell in love a lot.
But she's still in love with him. Like, you doesn't mean she's not in love with him anymore.
Yeah.
She also fell in love with Prince Nicky. Be for real.
Be fucking for real. He was gross.
Not it. It was giving vacation boyfriend and then got a dip. But she didn't. She was trying to make love be enough. Yeah. It wasn't even, I don't even think she loved him.
I think she made like, this is a commitment. And then she was like, this guy sucks though.
But it was like a kind of a revenge commitment. Like, since I can't have Billy,
I'm going to just be in love with or not even in love. I'm just going to be with somebody else.
And flaunt it heavy. Like, oh,
okay,
he's
queen.
Like,
all right.
He's like, this is my wife.
This is my wife that I have 2 babies with.
God.
Anyway.
Yeah. See, at the end of the day, though, I do love them together.
Him and Daisy.
It's that plot, you know? I'm just living for the thickness.
I do love them together, but I love him and Camilla more.
Together, yeah. Like, if she had lived
longer, like, yeah.
He would have never gone back. But was she not supposed to die? But
she was supposed to die. In the grand scheme of the universe, it decided in this fictional fucking world. And that's how I know I've just healed. That I like the other part of the stability of it all.
No, they for sure were disgusting when it was an affair. Like, I was like, y'all are... I literally want to grab Billy through the screen in the book and be like...
slap him. Yeah.
Get it together. Stop. Camilla does catch him cheating in the act, actually, remember?
Oh, she does.
On tour.
Yeah.
When she's pregnant.
Yeah. But it's not in love. He was fucking somebody. I think it's different. Like, that's not an affair.
And he's fucked up.
That's cheating. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Affairs are different.
He's done both. Perfect.
He's great.
Match made in heaven. That's truly upsetting. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? If you read Daisy Jones and the Six or watched or whatever, do you think they belong together? Do you think any of these trope following characters belong together?
Or is it just for it? Like,
are you in it like me? I don't know, man. It's a fantasy. And if I can't live it, then the characters can.
Because in reality, it would not feel good. So maybe they can live it out for everyone.
Nothing makes sense in movies.
Nothing does.
All right. Well, hopefully this was entertaining or interesting, and maybe you don't have to watch Daisy Jones and the Six now if you don't want to, but you should. It's really good. And read the book.
Yes. It's good.
Amazing. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Please do not forget to leave a rating for us if you've never done that, or follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube, TikTok, the whole shebang. Interact with us. We want more feedback. What can we do better? What do you want to see more of? What are the topics you like? We're just shooting the shit on what's going on in our lives. So if there's something pertinent to your life, love to hear it.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.